Tommy Atkins is slang for a common soldier in the British Army. It was already well established in the 19th century, but is particularly associated with World War I. It can be used as a term of reference, or as a form of address. German soldiers would call out to Tommy across no man's land if they wished to speak to a British soldier. French and Commonwealth troops would also call British soldiers Tommies. In more recent times, the term Tommy Atkins has been used less frequently, although the name Tom is occasionally still heard, especially with regard to paratroopers. History: Tommy Atkins or Thomas Atkins has been used as a generic name for a common British soldier for many years. The origin of the term is a subject of debate, but it is known to have been used as early as 1743. A letter sent from Jamaica about a mutiny amongst the troops says except for those from America Marines and Tommy Atkins behaved splendidly. A common belief is that the name was chosen by the Duke of Wellington after having been inspired by the bravery of a soldier at the Battle of Boxtel in 1794 during the Flanders Campaign. After a fierce engagement, the Duke, in command of the 33rd Regiment of Foot, spotted the best man-at-arms in the regiment, Private Thomas Atkins, terribly wounded. The private said, "It's all right, sir. It's all in a day's work," and died shortly after. According to Lieutenant General Sir William MacArthur in an article in the Army Medical Services magazine, Tommy Atkins was chosen as a generic name by the War Office in 1815. Richard Holmes, in the prologue to Tommy, states that in 1815 a War Office publication showing how the soldier's pocketbook should be filled out gave as its example one Private Thomas Atkins, No. 6 Troop, 6th Dragoons. Atkins became a sergeant in the 1837 version, and was now able to sign his name rather than merely make his mark. The Oxford English Dictionary states its origin as arising out of the casual use of this name in the specimen forms given in the official regulations from 1815 onward. The citation references collection of orders, regulations, etc., ppA 75/87, published by the War Office, August 31, 1815. The name is used for an exemplary cavalry and infantry soldier. Other names used included William Jones and John Thomas. Thomas Atkins continued to be used in the soldier's account book until the early 20th century. A further suggestion was given in 1900 by an army chaplain named Reverend E. J. Hardy. He wrote of an incident during the Sepoy Rebellion in 1857. When most of the Europeans in Lucknow were fleeing to the British Residency for protection, a private of the 32nd Regiment of Foot remained on duty at an outpost. Despite the pleas of his comrades, he insisted that he must remain at his post. He was killed at his post, and the Reverend Hardy wrote that his name happened to be Tommy Atkins, and so, throughout the mutiny campaign, when a daring deed was done, the doer was said to be a regular Tommy Atkins. Following the British defeat by the Boers at the Battle of Magersfontein in December 1899, Private Smith of the Black Watch wrote the following poem. Robert Graves, in his autobiography Goodbye to All That, states that, the original Thomas Atkins was a Royal Welch Fusilier in the American Revolutionary War. Graves, an officer in the Royal Welch in 1915, mentions this among other regimental history but does not cite his reference. In the same volume, Graves quotes a German soldier addressing the British, "Ach, Tommy, hast du den Deutsch gelernt?" Rudyard Kipling published the poem Tommy in 1892, and in 1893 the music hall song Private Tommy Atkins was published with words by Henry Hamilton and music by S. Potter. In 1898 William McGonagall wrote lines in praise of Tommy Atkins, which was an attack on what McGonagall saw as the disparaging portrayal of Tommy in Kipling's poem. It is also said that the name Tommy Atkins was the example name on conscription sheets during the First World War, and that teenagers who were underage often signed up as Tommy Atkins. Tommy Cooker was a nickname for a British soldier's portable stove, which was fueled by something referred to as solidified alcohol, making it smokeless but very inefficient. Today's soldier is nicknamed Tom, and the British Army magazine Soldier features a cartoon strip character called Tom. The Last Tommy. On July 25, 2009, the death of the last Tommy from World War I, Harry Patch, left Claude Choules as the last serviceman of the British forces in World War I. There was a growing opinion that the passing of the last of them should be marked in an appropriate manner. This was the subject of a cross-party campaign led by the politician Ian Duncan Smith. It was originally proposed that the last veteran to die should be given a state funeral. However, this met with opposition from the veterans themselves, few of whom wanted to be singled out in this way. As of June 28, 2006, it was decided that a service at Westminster Abbey would be held upon the death of the last veteran. See also, alternative names for the British: Limey, Digger, Doughboy and Poilu for the Allied counterparts: Jack Tar, Kraut, Brodie Helmet, Squaddy, GI, Joe Bloggs, Jerry, HMS Birkenhead. References. External links: Tommy Atkins Society, British WW2 Reenactment Society in the UK, and winner of the Best Display Award at the Victory Show 2007, sponsored by the Armchair General magazine. The Last Time I Saw Tommy, illustrated poem by Joshua Quagmire, The Last Tommy, a campaign to mark the passing of the last WWI Tommy with a state funeral. Imperial War Museum. Why were English soldiers called Tommy Atkins, or Tommy? archive.iwan.org.uk. Retrieved April 4, 2013.